What were you on Clubhouse?
No, that was my name on Clubhouse.
You were Brett?
Correct.
Yeah, like a Brett.
No, like Brett Favre.
Yeah, like Brett Favre.
No, like a girl's hairpiece. Brett.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Well, you don't believe that?
Hey, all I'm saying is that.
Wait. You don't believe?
He sounds racist.
Wait. Totem. You don't believe it?
I don't know what I believe, brother. So
I know
that's just what it is.
I know
you're not my brother either. I apologize. But no, the reality of it is this. The reality of it is this: that you don't need any recordings. The body is going to tell the story. Right. And that's what's going to motherfucking sink their quote unquote ship.
So what happens to your story when it's told that nothing happened on the boat and everything happened on the island? How does that change for you? Because you have everything happening on the boat.
The body is going to tell the story.
I know.
The boy was not drowned.
I'm asking you,
right. The state of Mississippi has already said it was an accidental drowning.
Okay, I got to meet you again. So the story of the body that takes place on the island, what does that look like to you? Because it's going to turn out that nothing happened on the boat. So go for it. What do you got?
Well, the state of Mississippi already said it was an accidental drowning. They're already in hot water because the sheriff's dumbass came out there and said he accidentally drowned before they did a quality autopsy on the body.
Okay.
When you do the autopsy and show that it wasn't a drowning, they're already on the hook as far as that.
Okay.
It's game time, baby.
Okay. So what happened on the island? Because that's what happened, actually. He was on the island. Something happened. What's your take on that? Because I actually presented this scenario earlier. I didn't hear your take on it.
My take on it is he got on the boat with the white boys and they killed him on the boat.
No, I'm talking
that's
about what happened on the island. Like, that's the story.
My take, drinking and fun and partying. He got on that boat at 3:30.
But he didn't. He said
between 3:30 and 4 o'clock.
He told him to leave. So how's he on the boat if he told him to leave?
He was on the boat, and that's where I stand. There is no other make-believe story. He was on the boat.
Why do you believe that?
Because of the audio, and because of the calls, and because of where the body was found. The body was found right where the boat was. The coordinates of the boat were on the northwest corner of the island. The body was found on the northwest corner of the island.
Yeah,
that's facts.
That's because that's where they were hanging out. I don't know why that's shocking.
Why?
I mean, that's where they had their boat. They had that boat.
That's right. No, but that's not where the party was.
How do you know that?
5 miles. They were 5 miles away from the party because there was overhead. It was an overhead camera shot of where everybody was partying at. They had pictures of where they were partying at. They had pictures of where the whole party was. That was in the center of the island.
So they must have pictures of Nolan on the boat then. If they have.
They were 6 miles away from. They were 6 miles away from where the party was. That's why nobody could see what went on, because they were too far away. You can't see 6 miles. I don't give a fuck how good your vision is.
Paul, there was nobody else on the island 6 miles down the way.
Where they were by themselves. That's why they were able to.
There was nobody. I think Rue, are you still here? Oh, damn, he left. He's actually been to the island. He said there's no way there's nobody on.
It doesn't matter where. I don't give a fuck if he lives on the island. The island is 11 miles long.
He's been there.
It's 11 miles long, sir.
And he says it doesn't matter. He says the island is populated, especially 4th of July.
The island is 11 miles long.
Doctor, with all due respect, I've been on big boats, speed boats, yachts in the Caribbean Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean. I've traveled, thank God, I've been blessed. And I'll tell you one thing, let alone fuck 6 miles, you can barely see from 1 mile away from off the shore with the way the fucking current are and the waves. And if you're on a boat, depending how fast you ain't seeing shit. So that whole series is stupid. Ain't no one on no mainland while you're on a boat a mile or anything more can see on no fucking boat.
This
it ain't happening.
Sucking dick to get to the next.
Doctor, you're a bitch and your mother was a whore. Your mother's a whore.
So wait, maybe I misheard the claim. I thought the 6 miles is just the boat was 6 miles down the way, right? Not 6 miles out, unless I got something different. Tell me
They were
something
6
different.
miles out.
No,
You're not seeing that shit.
They were in 31 feet of water.
okay. Okay, 6 miles out. And
31 feet of water on the northwest corner of the island.
Yeah, what were they doing 6 miles out? They were dumping the body?
Now, your guess is good as mine.
Okay.
I think that's what they were doing, trying to figure out how they could, hide the evidence.
We just know the coordinates. They gave real coordinates. They gave a statement saying that they were 31 feet of water. These are real coordinates that they gave, right? So we know they were at the northwest corner of the island.
Right.
They weren't in the center where the party was. We know where the party was because we have overhead footage and other people were at the party.
So,
all the folks were congregated in the middle.
Can we go back? Totem pole, you better hope that Nolan was not on that boat. Otherwise, you're just completely screwed.
Can we go back to a theory that I was toying with when you're done?
From all looks of it, it looks like Nolan was on the island. So go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
thank you.
How the hell did Nolan get to the northwest corner of the island if he was 5 miles away from that partying?
Because
How
both,
the hell did he get up there?
because boats drift and Nolan was on the island. Go ahead, Missy.
Boat-
Rigid thus thou mayst aboard the fidget ravens that tease the thought. Next, let the breath rhythm be low, easy, regular, and slow, so that thy being be in tune with the great sea's Pacific swoon. Third, let thy life be pure and calm, swayed softly as a wingless palm. Fourth, let the will to live be bound to the one love of the profound. Fifth, let the thought divinely free from sense observe its entity. Watch every thought that springs in hands. Hour after hour thy vigilance. And tense and keen turned inward miss, no atom of analysis. Sixth, on one thought securely pinned, still every whisper of the wind. So like a flame straight and unstirred, burn up thy being in one word. Next, still that ecstasy prolong, thy meditation steep and strong, slaying even God should he distract thy attention from the chosen act. Grasp all these things in one powered, tame that the midnight blossom flowered. The oneness is yet even in this. My son, thou shalt not do amiss. If thou restrain the expression, shoot thy glance to rapture's darkling root, discarding the informed sight and stress, even of this high consciousness. Here's to the heart I leave thee here. Thou art the master I revere, thy radiance that rose afar, O brother of the silver star. Ready? Ha-ha! There are 7 keys to the great gate, being 8 in 1 and 1 in 8. First, let the body of thee be still, bound by the cerements of will. Corpse rigid, thus thou mayst abort the fidget babes that tease the thought. Next, let the breath rhythm be low, easy, regular, and slow, so that thy being be in tune with the great sea's Pacific swoon. Third, let thy light be pure and calm, swayed softly as a windless palm. Fourth, let the will to live be bound to the one love of the profound. Fifth, let the thought divinely free from sense observe its entity. Watch every thought that springs enhance, hour after hour thy vigilance. Intense and keen, turned inward miss, no atom of analysis. Sixth, on one thought securely pinned, still every whisper of the wind. So like a flame straight and unstirred, burn up thy being in one word. Next, still that ecstasy prolong, thy meditation steep and strong, slaying even God should he distract thy attention from the chosen act. Last, all these things in one are powered, time that the midnight blossom flowered. The oneness is yet even in this, my son, thou shalt not do amiss. If thou restrain the expression, shoot thy glance to rapture's darkling root, discarding name, form, sight, and stress, even of this high consciousness. Here's to the heart, I leave thee here. Thou art the master I revere, thy radiance that rolls afar, O brother of the silver star. Crowley!
There are 7 keys to the great gate, being 8 in 1 and 1 in 8. First, let the body of thee be still, bound by the cerements of will. Corpse rigid, thus thou mayst abort the fidget babes that tease the thought. Next, let the breath rhythm be low, easy, regular, and slow, so that thy being be in tune with the great sea's Pacific swoon. Third, let thy life be pure and calm, swayed softly as a windless palm. Fourth, let the will to live be bound to the one love of the profound. Fifth, let the thought divinely free from sense observe its entity. Watch every thought that springs enhance, hour after hour thy vigilance. Intense and keen, turned inward miss, no atom of analysis. Sixth, on one thought securely pinned, still every whisper of the wind. So like a flame, straight and unstirred, burn up thy being in one word. Next, still that ecstasy prolong, thy meditation steep and strong, slaying even God should he distract thy attention from the Time that the midnight blossom flowered, the oneness is yet even in this. My son, thou shalt not do amiss. If thou restrain the expression, shoot thy glance to rapture's darkling root, discarding name, form, sight, and stress, even of this high consciousness. Pierce to the heart, I leave thee here. Thou art the master I revere. Thy radiance that rolls afar, O brother of the silver star. Pray! God the eternal, he begets not and is not begotten, nor is there like unto him anyone. Unity uttermost showed, I adore the might of thy breath, supreme and terrible God, who makest the gods and death to tremble before thee. I adore thee. God the eternal, he begets not and is not begotten, nor is there like unto him anyone. Unity uttermost. I adore the might of thy breath, supreme and terrible God, who makes the gods and death to tremble before thee. God the eternal, he begets not and is not begotten, nor is there like unto him anyone. Unity uttermost shown. I adore the might of thy breath, supreme and terrible God, who makest the gods and death to tremble before thee. I adore thee. God the eternal, he begets not and is not begotten, nor is there like
fro.
The Lord's Day.
Nobody gives a fuck about that.
They stopped talking about it.
It's the Lord's Day.
No.
Used was critical window. The phrase I used rather was a critical window. It could have been innocuous, or it could have been a window where things could have occurred there.
Okay. Do you have any? Do you have any other ones that are critical windows for you?
Those two are specifically the biggest two
Okay.
windows right there. Yeah.
Ryoga, what you're gonna say?
The
something?
only way that would bother me or cause me any concern is if we believe that Nolan was on the boat at the time.
Right.
So
But he could have
I
very
don't
well
think
not
I
been on
don't
the
think he was
boat.
on the boat. So I
But
think
you don't know though, right?
Well, I wasn't there, so I
Right.
personally don't believe he was on the boat at the time when they left
Yeah.
at 4:31. But so any stops they made after that just are kind of mute to me. It's like, well, they went here, they went there, they went there.
Right.
It is
Yeah.
my belief that
Okay.
they don't know he's dead yet.
Well, that's my
So
other
is that not a
question
form
is-
of confirmation bias? So
I'm-
like if
I'm
we don't know
assuming,
what occurred,
Gee, are you assuming that? Now this is all assumptions, but are you saying that? Do you think he was killed on the boat?
do I think he was killed on the boat?
Yeah.
Probably not. I don't know. I don't know where it was killed. I mean, my best assumption, I got two logical assumptions that I have based upon everything that I've heard. But no, I mean, is it possible? No, but perhaps, right? There could have been a transfer from boat to boat.
Okay.
Right? There was a ton of boats out there, right? We don't know. And there could not have been. What I'm saying is, it's a form of it could be a form of confirmation bias where like you go upon your belief, and what if it doesn't fit in your belief, then let's not consider it. And I'm saying let's actually consider these things and let's play them out for what they are. And let's ask the questions where the gaps occur. That's what I'm saying.
No, it's fine to like have theories and beliefs and stuff. Like, listen, we all do. Like, I don't think he was murdered. So, you know, everything else, every other speculation kind of goes through my head. Like, I'm willing to listen, but like,
Is there anything aside from murder that could have occurred there?
oh, absolutely.
What do you think?
Absolutely, I think he drowned. Well,
You think
I'm
he drowned?
pretty convinced he drowned. The circumstances of the specifics of how he drowned, I have one particular belief.
Okay, what do you think?
I believe, well, at least at one point, because now I'm unsure about the Katie timeline, but I know what I've been like on beaches, and I know like if I'm walking on the shoreline and I see like a wave come in, I was like, oh, let me go splash on that wave because I got sand on me and shit like that. I was like, oh, let me just go hit the wave. I've done it before. I've been taken out by a wave, and I'm like, oop, that was stupid. You know, I almost died. So it's not inconceivable to me that he talked to Katie at one point, or he was anywhere on the beach, was walking back towards the boats by himself, saw a cool little wave, you know, where the waves were crashing, you know, just wanted to, you know, drench himself off, hit the wave the wrong way, and got swept out. I'll go a step further. A couple years ago, I was watching a little documentary about lifeguards somewhere, I think they're in Florida or whatever, and they were talking about drowning. In fact, if you go Google right now, drowning is silent, you'll get to the homepage of like the National Association of Drowning Awareness. And drowning is super quick and super silent. You can, in 5 seconds, you can be gone and nobody will know. Hey, it's not like the movies where you're splashing and screaming for help and everybody comes and rescues you. I watched this thing a year ago where it was a documentary crew and they're with the lifeguard at the lifeguard booth. And he's probably 300 yards out, maybe 100 yards out. 100 yards out on the shoreline where everyone's playing and shit. And he looks out and he goes, that guy's drowning. And nobody, and the person who's drowning in the ocean, he's no more than 10 feet away from like 50 people. The lifeguard jumps over the booth, runs out there, saves his life, resuscitates him, brings him back. And then the camera crew comes back. They were like, how'd you see that? He goes, I just know what to look for. He goes, how did nobody else see it? He goes, no one sees it. You can be drowning 5 feet away from somebody. If you don't have a chance to catch your breath.
All right, here we are.
Or, yeah.
And that happens at pools too, by the way.
It happens in pools as well.
At lakes.
Is that the only reasonable thing that could have occurred there?
Because I don't. Yes.
Yes.
Well, that's my belief. My belief that's the most reasonable thing. Because
No, not the most reasonable. Right, because if you say most, then that would actually infer, right, that there are more reasonable things that could have happened. That one just being the most reasonable, since based upon your qualification. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. What other reasonable thing could have occurred there?
Alcohol.
Playing
a factor.
Drugs.
Possible. I don't like to say that because I don't have any evidence that he used any drugs. I know he's drinking, but that's about it.
All right, but drugs, right? That could be a possibility, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a reason for people to lie too, right?
Yeah. Could be, yeah.
Hey, nobody wants to say they supplied drugs to the dead guy, right?
Oh, absolutely. No.
Right?
Nobody.
Especially any of the adults on board who may have been also partaking in any of those illegal drugs, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Notably, people with a reputation in the community and certainly don't want to be found with drugs and minors and drugs and parties and beer and alcohol, right?
Stranger things have happened. You are absolutely correct.
Stranger things have occurred. So if something happened along those lines and they decided that they didn't want to report that set of events, is there any culpability there?
Yes. If you can prove who supplied it. Yes.
Okay, so could that also be a reasonable thing that occurred there? Yes. Yes, it could. Yes.
I want to say
you
yes.
said yes to literally every other thing that I said. Every micro step along the way you agreed with.
My only
never confirmed.
I'll tell you why I'm hesitating. So look, first of all, I want to say
on
yes.
the reasonableness.
I want to say yes, but here's why I'm hesitating. The only reason I'm hesitating is based on
what makes it unreasonable that could have occurred.
Here's why I'm hesitating. Like I said, I want to say yes. My only hesitation is the statements from Nolan's parents. If we are to believe that he was an upstanding individual, that he was days away from a really important tryout, that he was going to be drug tested, for whatever. Do I have any evidence that he had the propensity to use drugs, or could have been convinced to use drugs, knowing what his future next couple of days were going to look like? That's my only hesitation.
Okay. G, just real quick. I'm assuming, like in your scenario, he's on the beach and he's taking these drugs, and then somehow everybody found out that he's dead. So they took the body, they covered it up to dump it in the body and in the water. Is that kind of where you're going?
Is that reasonable?
I mean, that's a lot of things going on there.
Right, there's a lot of things going on. Is that reasonable?
That's not happening on a 5,000 person beach, I don't think. Yeah.
It's not?
No.
So it's not possible that body couldn't have been tossed on another boat then brought back out there?
No, he's died on the beach.
Well, I'm just saying, if he died on the beach or the boat.
I mean, they have to drag the body across. There's families, there's people.
Why couldn't it have happened? Why couldn't it have occurred on the boat?
Well, that's my question. That's what I was asking you.
Yeah, I mean,
I was trying to ask you. Where do you?
It could have occurred on the boat.
Right? Where do you feel that he overdosed?
Probably the most logical place would be on the boat.
Okay, so we've crossed off the beach. Now he's on the boat. Okay, carry on.
And who's to say that in that timeline? Because there are other boats out there, right? And I think they've only pulled one boat. They have waypoints for, and the other boat they have coordinates for. So that's a thing. But I would be interested in the movements of a couple of more key boats out there. What those key boats are, I don't know. But it does appear to me that it could be possible. There is an opportunity to transfer one thing to another thing. Yeah. And since we're all looking over here at this one boat right here, and we don't even know to ask about this boat over here, that maybe that boat over there could have done something.
Let's ask the effort it takes to transfer one thing to the other thing.
Yeah.
And
coordination.
What did he see?
All that stuff, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's talk about the effort. Let's go back to the scenario. There's drugs in this boat. We're all on drugs. Here, hey, pull everybody's blood on this boat right now. We're fucked. There's a dead body right here with us. Now, I think that could be enough to get somebody to have the sufficient amount of effort to move that body from one boat to another boat. Just saying. I mean, you're acting like this is like a wildly quixotic notion to even consider.
Well, because I don't have any evidence. Let me rephrase that.
You don't have any evidence of a drowning.
You're right, but I don't have any inkling that Nolan had the propensity to use drugs.
You didn't know
Like, if we're talking about a heroin addict,
you didn't know Nolan at all before this came out. You have no idea who Nolan is. Hold on. You have no idea who Nolan is.
Right.
First off, he didn't make any statements because he's gone.
Right.
So you have statements of other people about him. Mm-hmm. These people, you don't know either. The only things you know about them are the very controlled images that we have seen of them in interviews. That's it.
So I'm asking,
from that,
why are we jumping?
I'm saying don't
we were talking
dispel
about
that possibility. I'm saying
this-
not only do we look into the John scenario, but we look into the other scenarios as well.
But why?
This
Because that's what you do when you're trying to find the truth.
No, but why drugs?
Yeah, this is a big stretch. You got two things going against you. You got Nolan, who seems to be a pretty upstanding citizen, unless you're saying otherwise. Second of all, I mean, okay, what are we doing? What kind of drugs are we doing? I mean, I don't understand. And this is by his own doing, and this is like, I don't know where you're going.
Okay,
This
hold
is
on a
kind of
second.
like
All right, look.
I don't know why
Hey,
it went down this
hey,
road.
look.
By the way,
Maybe.
where's the toxology report, by the way?
I don't know.
Does anybody know?
Hold on, let me add one more thing. So the secondary autopsy was completed. There was no information if they took a blood sample and if they tested it. I'm very curious why we heard about the physical examination of the body from the secondary autopsy. We know that some items were removed from the body, but I know there was blood there. They could have tested the blood to see if there was THC, if there were amphetamines or anything else in them.
They could have.
So-
There's no indication that occurred.
Right. So why I'm asking?
We also
why
don't know.
did the team that Mr. Crump and his team send it off to? Why did they do a toxicology report, and why has that not been released?
Yeah.
Can I tell you why, Rogan? Can I tell you
Wait,
why?
Go ahead.
Wait, hold on.
I'll tell you why.
Do you know if they did a toxicology report?
I'll tell you why, and then and why is a speculation, but I'll tell you the most plausible reason, and then what we're gonna see. So
Wait, do
we
you
the
know
state-
if he did the toxicology report though?
Well, they paid for a full autopsy from a
No, I'm asking you.
independent
Do you
source.
know if Crump, his team performed a toxicology?
we can find that out right now. However,
So no, you don't. Okay.
we can find that out right now.
We
However,
know they paid
when
for a
they-
thorough examination of the body.
Bro, it's
I would
okay to
assume
say
if
you
you do
don't
an
know.
autopsy-
It's literally okay to say you don't know some things, man. That's okay. It's
No,
like
of course I don't
literally
know. I
okay.
wasn't there.
So just say I don't know. I'm asking you, do you know if this was performed? I don't
Well, that's
know.
what I
Okay.
asked. I asked that. I said, was there a toxicology test done, and why hasn't it been released?
Right, and then Sean said, I'm going to tell you why. And before he said that, sorry, I was directing that question to him. Before you tell us why it hasn't, do you know that Crump's team performed a toxicology report?
Well, he might know why a
Well,
second-
fuck, I'm talking to Sean.
That's what I'm saying. He might know why a secondary.
I'm talking to Sean.
No, they didn't perform the autopsy. The independent autopsy did not perform a toxicology, and they said that they are waiting on the toxicology to come back from the state. This is what they said. And I'm going to tell you why. Because this all connects. And yeah, you're going to say it's speculation. However, with the civil suit, as Totem was mentioning, what they're going to say is that there wasn't adequate supervision. There wasn't adequate security out there. You got 17-year-olds drinking and drunk and all this shit. And that contributed to the cause of Nolan's death. The civil suit isn't going to actually, and I'm going somewhere with this, the civil suit isn't saying like, oh, did they do it? Did they not do it? Or it's just basically going to say there was some type of responsibility that people kind of looked over or did not take, which contributed to the cause of the death. And the reason why the independent autopsy didn't do the toxicology is because they know it's going to come back that they were doing drugs. That's the whole thing.
Wait, how do you know they know that?
It's so real quick.
That's where the speculation comes in. Like
Well,
I
that's a
said.
speculation. Damn, dog. So you don't know what they know.
Real quick.
But we will know soon.
Jesus
The
Christ.
second autopsy didn't have. I believe the doctor said he didn't have the ability to do the toxicology for some reason. I don't think he had the stomach contents or what have you. But to Sean's point, likely why we haven't heard, and to what Officer Tatum has said that Nolan was using cocaine at the time. Okay, that's his words. That hasn't been corroborated by anyone else. But he has said he spoke to multiple people that have said that there was cocaine usage, and likely what the police would be investigating at this juncture is who brought illicit drugs.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
And that person would be
Hey,
under investigation.
Hey, Trent,
under
like an adult
Hey,
that was on that boat?
Hey, my man, let me just let me finish. they're all adults. I think there are most of them almost all over 18, so that doesn't matter. But the whoever brought the drugs would possibly be under investigation for involuntary manslaughter or manslaughter if they in fact had a contributing factor to Nolan's death.
And that's a reasonable assumption to make, along with the reasonable conclusion that he drowned. So what I'm saying is, rather than just taking one out and just throwing it out because we don't like it, maybe let's explore that because there could be something fucking there.
Well, the kids already said, well, I know one of them already said on one of the interviews that they were all heavily drinking, all of them. So now it's going to be assumption after I say this, but you know, where there's alcohol, there's weed, right? And when there's alcohol and weed, there's other stuff there as well. I'm not going to put it past them.
Out there, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, and I'm not going to put it past them that, hey, they're on the
4th, bro.
And everybody's partying. That's what I'm getting at.
And not only is it the 4th, but the critical thing about it is, hey, yo, it's the 4th of July, and you out there on the Gulf, man. Like, hey, yo, it's hot on the Gulf, bro. And then when you're like on the beach on the Gulf with no fucking shade, nothing, bro. When I live by the beach, all right, and I only go to the beach after 5:30. Period. Unless it's the winter time and shit, man, because it is fucking hot out there. Like, it's like heat stroke hot sometimes out there.
Dude, do you ever no, go ahead.
My bad. I was probably.
Oh yeah, no, same thing. Like, I'm ton of rays in my day, right? And that's all you see is just people passed out from heat stroke, doing drugs, and just that's all you see.
We gotta appreciate that, bro. Adding all those things in. I'm not saying like, was there? First off, if there was any type of evidence of a fight, we would have seen that in the physical, right? Just bruising, things like that. So I don't know about a fight or anything else like that. I'm just looking at what could have happened and why. What gives people? Why are people running scared and lawyering and shielding if there's absolutely no culpability? You absolutely know nothing. What's actually going on? What are we shielding ourselves from? The only thing that I can reasonably think, and look again, I can be wrong, and I'm not discounting the possibility that I am wrong, and there's another possibility out there. Right? But what
you're in the Matrix.
Sorry, my bad. There are some drugs involved, right? There were maybe some parents supplying it or doing it along with them, along with the alcohol, along with anything else on there. And if that's the case, then there's some culpability there, bro.
There's already, yeah.
And the fact that you wasted everybody's fucking time and resources rather than just saying what happened, like that's what makes things even worse.
Yeah, there's already culpability there because, and I don't want to say on the parents per se, I'm just going to stick with just the kids that were involved. There's already culpability because there's already underage drinking, right? And so now if there's underage drinking, you got to throw in the fact of where's the security, where's the law enforcement, has this been going on, So this is this is why they even shed light on this case. The pretext is this boy was murdered. We know he wasn't murdered, but we're going to throw the pretext on there. We're going to put our lights on it and we're going to make this a national case because then all we want, that's all Ben Crump is here for is the civil suit. That's all he's here for is the civil.
I agree with you there, and I'm not anywhere close to being a Ben Crump fan at all.
There's no culpability. Hey, real quick.
Go ahead.
It depends on how the alcohol was gained, especially with 18-year-olds. If 18-year-olds were able to, on their own, gain the alcohol, then there is no culpability from the parents. There is possibly some culpability if you are a parent and you give a kid a boat knowing that there is going to be.
I was about to say, yeah, come on now.
You can be culpable in that sense.
And that's called negligent.
If they went and got, as 18-year-olds, if they went and got the out on their own with no assistance from any adult over 21, then they are not culpable now.
But see, and what you're saying is true as well, right? Now, we got to think, and I'm not saying, I live in a big city. I live in Southern California. This city that we're talking about, the Spring City, I'm not sure of the name, forgive me.
Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
Ocean Springs, it's like 20,000 people. The city next over is 80,000 people to me. So it's a small city. I'm sure alcohol and that stuff is very easy to get, right? And I'm sure they probably got it from the parents. And again, I'm looking. So let me back up. I don't know if you guys know about the rapper Mac Miller, or we could even talk about that actor from Friends that died. These people that supplied the drugs to these guys that they overdosed on, they are in jail. Right. So there's very much a thing to talk about or look at when you're like, hey, maybe one of the friends is a supplier. Maybe he got some drugs from whoever. And hey, I'm giving everybody on the boat drugs for whoever is here. Nolan dies. That guy is now responsible. We just saw a situation where a dad, and I know people can say I'm being extreme, but I'm not. A dad just went to jail for allowing his kid to have a gun or giving his kid a gun, and the kid ended up like shooting up some people. This is the first time we've seen a parent go to jail for doing something illegal. Now that's a whole different story. But what I'm saying is, with the spirit of what I'm speaking to is, you are now being held liable for people who are willingly doing stuff. So if I give somebody some drugs, if I'm doing drugs right now and I just happen to give my friend a line of coke from my bag and he dies, I'm now responsible. That's where we're at here. So when you so what Trent is saying, or G, what you were saying is very much correct. That's where the shadiness is coming in, where we see like they're being shady about something, because we all know that they are. We all know that they're holding something back. It's obvious. But what is it that they're holding back? We were doing fucking drugs. We should have been out there. We were drinking. We should have been out there drinking. Fucking, we were just doing stuff we weren't supposed to do.
And rather than just saying what happened, we have to go on this whole fucking search and possibly move a fucking body. Possibly.
I think that's where it kind of is like, okay, did they move a body? Did they not? Did they see it? Do they know what happened? It's kind of there. It's so I'm with you on that.
And my only
did they murder?
My only thing is, if it's reasonable, we can't avoid it. We can't just throw it out and say, don't examine that. If it's reasonable, look at it. It's reasonable, he drowned. Let's look there, right? It's reasonable, that drugs were involved. Let's fucking look there. But we got like a whole autopsy that's clearly saying there was no fight. We didn't find any contusions. The only thing we found is a lot of drainage of redness or blood or whatever we're calling that on the back of his head, which probably could have come from him lying there for an extended period of time. Who knows? I'm not a fucking doctor.
Exactly. And what I was getting at with the phone too is that, to me, if there was any type of inkling or inclination that this was going to be a criminal, that this was going to turn into a criminal case, they would have subpoenaed that phone, because they would have subpoenaed the phone that was on the boat that happens to be the boat in question where he may or may not have died. They for sure would have subpoenaed that phone. They didn't subpoena the phone because they were just like, yeah, we already kind of know how he died. We don't think we need the phone. And which is why we're now seeing that the Nolan Wells family, they're now willing to turn over the phone to the investigators. But at this point, we kind of know where they're going with it, because if the phone was if this was a criminal investigation, or if they were leaning towards a criminal investigation, that phone would have been subpoenaed regardless. They would have gotten the phone.
I think this is a criminal investigation. Also, and here, look, hey, yo, it's a small town. It's not like a small town from like a small state of a small town type of person, you know what I'm saying? But nationally speaking, it's a relatively small town. So if anybody has a little bit of influence or wealth in an area, you're probably connected to the others that do. And maybe, your kid fucked up, got shit happen, and you put a little call in ahead of time, say, hey, man, my boy, I'm fucked up a little bit, man. Just kind of look out for him out there. And then maybe, they, without anything else to go on, they believe the story at face value, what they were told, that the dude was found and he drowned, and we have nothing else to say to that, so fine, fuck it. And maybe we could just try to let this go right here. Until a very grifty lawyer comes to town, because he smells blood. And money is blood, all right? He smells that shit. And he brings all the fucking cameras here, and now you're fucked. Because you thought that you could just let this shit die away. You didn't really think it was going to turn into a whole fucking national story.
Well, that's what Ben Crump and Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. That's what they do. Let's be honest, right? And I'm speaking as a lifelong community member. We know what Al Sharpton and them do. Lifelong community member, right? So whatever. So we know what we know what they do, right? Because people get upset. People who aren't of color speak about these things, but what Sharpton and Ben Crump do, they sit up there and they make threats. They say, hey, they go to the state, they go to these officials. Wait, you know where I'm going with this? And they say, hey, we want X amount of dollars. If you don't give us X amount of dollars for this, what we're going to do, we're going to have these protesters in front of the buildings. We're going to have this in national news. Heads are going to roll. This is what they do. This is what Al Sharpton, this is exactly what they do. This is what Ben Crump is doing. This is exactly what they're doing. No?
No, I do.
So why is Ben Crump here? Why is Ben Crump here?
Okay, I hear you. Ben Crump is a grifty lawyer.
That's
a huge. Hold on a second, I hear you now. That's a huge hedge fund behind him. Huge hedge fund. He's a grifty lawyer. But hey, fuck, there's a big money case out there. That's a legitimate big money case. Fuck, I mean, can't really fault the guy for doing his job and coming in and representing people because somebody, if he didn't do it, somebody else is gonna fucking do it. Shit was gonna be done any goddamn way. There's gonna be an investigation. Parents are gonna hire fucking attorneys to investigate and sue. And he just saw a big whale in the water. He came in there and was like, yeah, this is fucking whale right here. And I can bring a lot of attention and exposure to this shit because it does look like some shit's being covered up. And that also helps the theory of my case. So fuck yeah, I'm gonna go headlong into it. So yeah, I see that from him.
Do you think
some of us would call that?
Do you think it helps? Do you think that it helps the case by having Crump involved or no?
It helps the civil case.
So hold on. I think you said G. Yes, actually. I don't think had he come down and brought the national spotlight and attention to this matter, I truly believe had that not occurred, this would have gone down in the books as a drama.
But why do you the case is so solid, why do you need it?
Need what?
Need help. Like national why do you need national attention on this?
Well, because what I'm telling you is maybe, and I'm not saying this is true or not, but hey, because we know law enforcement are always 100% honest and just fucking shining examples of what human beings are. And there's absolutely been no stories of corruption amongst law enforcement officers in the world, right? But let's assume that there was maybe a case that did happen. Or maybe, this guy knew this guy, and that was his longtime bud. He was just trying to look out for that kid's son, and it looked like it was going to happen anyway, so we'll just call it drowning, and just kind of call it that and see if we can just let sleeping duck slide. And then maybe somebody called you out on your story, and now you actually have to go back and reveal the actual truth of that, and maybe you're trying to cover your ass too.
But again, what was the truth?
That's wildly unreasonable.
What's the truth though?
Right, that's wildly unreasonable though.
No,
right?
what are you saying the truth? No, what's the truth? Because we know why Ben Crump is here, and for you to sit up there and say, if you're going to sit up here and say Ben Crump is there for anything other than the civil lawsuit, I mean, for sure, you can have that.
Do you think that Ben Crump is there to lose a large civil lawsuit?
No, he's there for the civil lawsuit. He's there to get money off of this. That's what Ben Crump is always. Ben Crump is at the scene of a crime before the crime even happens.
Don't dance around words. Ben Crump is there to lose a lawsuit.
I just said, well, no. Why would he be there to
lose a lawsuit? So if he's not there to lose a lawsuit, maybe he sees that there is actually some merit or some liability here, right?
I literally said that. I literally said that's what the civil lawsuit is going to say. You got underage kids drinking out there. You didn't have adequate security. No. You didn't have adequate security, which means that in some ways the state, or however you're going to put it, liable or culpable in no law's death. I literally said that.
Now, was there any possibility that the local investigative authorities maybe didn't do a good enough job or thorough enough job of looking and seeing exactly what could have occurred here?
Probably not, no.
There's no possibility of that?
Oh, I mean, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. For sure, there's a possibility, of course, yes.
Okay. And is there a reasonable possibility that could have occurred?
No.
No. So it's unreasonable to assume that occurred?
You're saying unreasonable and reasonable. Those aren't the same things. You're saying, is there a reasonable? I said no. There's not a reasonable. There's not a reasonable possibility that occurred. No.
Okay, just a possibility, which is just quixotic economics.
For sure, it's a possibility. Now, if you want to say, oh, what's the? Do you think it's 50% possible, 60% possible, 70% possible? We can talk about that. But
20 or 30%.
to reasonably think that that there's some type of that they didn't do a thorough investigation?
Have you ever been to this? Yeah, have you ever been to this city?
The city in question? No.
No. Do you know anybody from this city?
No.
Do you know anything about this city at all?
Nope.
Aside from what you've been told?
Nope. But I know what you just told me. I know what you just told me though. And you said that you made a reference to police officers just in general, and you said, hey, we all know that police officers have a history of doing improbable or doing bad investigations and yada, yada, yada.
No,
so you mentioned police in general.
No, I didn't.
You
I didn't say that at all.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
No,
that's not at all what I said.
Oh, you didn't say that they don't have a history of doing this?
I did
not say that.
No.
Okay.
I was here when I said it. I know what I said.
Okay.
I said it.
All right, go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
No, you don't know.
I don't know anything about
No, you're not.
I don't know anything about Springs. I don't know anything about the investigation there. I answered your 3 questions.
But you can make big money assumptions about what's happening there, though.
But go ahead. I'm listening. I just said I answered your 3 questions. I don't. So go ahead.
So Ben Crump is going to solve some kind of a conspiracy to undermine the case. Is that the whole goal, G?
No, I'm saying that because he was there, more attention is being paid to this case, and maybe that was a good thing that happened.
For the civil case.
Yeah, either way. But why would you need that if you don't think that's
because nothing was going to happen otherwise?
You automatically assume that everything's going wrong. Like they're not going to be able to have a fair case for this, right? I'm assuming that's why Big Crump and you agree that's why he's there.
That's a reasonable assumption according to him.
That's
because of I guess there's history in that state or area of investigations going bad, and then we can go back to 400 years of whatever. Right? We just look at the broad scheme of things and just say, hey, there's a pattern here, right? I'm sure.
I'm sorry, what did you just say? I was literally in the Matrix. I came back. You went 400 years and
You're still in the Matrix.
Okay.
You're out. You're good.
What did you just say about 400 years in a pattern?
So somebody just asked you right now that you're saying that the police. Okay, yeah. So somebody asked if it's if that's what you were saying, that the investigation was being undermined, like at every point, like this investigation has just been slop, and they were probably going to throw this under the rug. And and I said to that, and I responded that that was your reasonable assumption because.
Wait, I'm sorry. Is your name G?
No, it's not.
So can you answer for G?
I can.
No, you cannot.
I just did.
And listen very closely.
I just did.
Not what I am saying. I want you to hear this very clearly, so that we can have no question about this. I am saying if there is a reasonable possibility that this could occur, and Ben Crump coming into town makes the whole situation be actually investigated thoroughly, then that could be a good thing. That's literally all I'm saying.
Does it ever occur to anybody that maybe Big Crump makes things worse or no?
Yeah.
There's
a chance of that as well.
Okay, I just double checking. That's all I was asking.
Yeah, I can't discount again. If there is a reasonable possibility of something, you can't discount it. So yes, I have to also include that in the equation as well. That's how we make objective viewpoints on matters.
I just never heard anybody say that before, so good to hear.
Also, the mom and dad of Nolan Wells stated that their reason for going outside of to get more support and make it a big issue is because they were frustrated with the local and law enforcement. They had low faith in police and authorities to actually handle the investigation. So they didn't feel like they would do their jobs and their local police officers. So maybe you should guys also take that up with Christine and her husband, who believes they have faith in Mississippi police officers. So they said that multiple times on their press conferences that they don't believe in the authorities.
So they need national attention to solve that, I guess. That's how that works.
Yeah, that's actually how that works. Yeah.
Well, how does that solve it?
Because a billion eyes on you instead of no eyes makes a whole difference.
But what can a billion eyes do? This kind of goes to Sean's point about all they can do is bring in the protesters, bring in all the agitators, all the people that are just going to make things worse. That was Sean's point. What can a billion eyes do?
It pushes for urgency, sir.
Wait, I'm sorry. Where are the protesters and agitators?
That's what they do. That's what these guys do.
Where are the protesters and agitators here?
Well, they'll eventually come if you get a little bit of time. I'm sure they're going to come.
It puts pressure on them to
I
move
think they
faster,
did.
sir,
I think they had
and
the
to
black
act
Israelites out
accordingly.
there.
It puts pressure on.
So I want to go back, Mila. You said the sense of urgency. What's the urgency on this?
What's the urgency?
Well, the mother stated that she had a hard time with them seeing her son as urgency, that they dismissed her and told her, they dismissed her and told them that pretty much that was no foul play. And the mother kept saying when she heard that, she felt like they weren't fully investigating, so she looked for outside resources to make sure they were investigating properly.
And how does Big Crump help that along? And the billions of people.
Wait, you don't have a reasonable, you don't have like, you're looking at me and you're representing right now that you can't find any fathomable reason that's reasonable as to how Ben Crump being there could actually help the situation?
Yeah,
none.
I don't see.
You're telling me none?
At all.
You're telling me in good faith, none?
None, zero. So I believe that this investigation can be handled by non-Ben Crumps. I know that sounds kind of weird. And I think
hey, what's a non-Ben Crump?
I want to answer after you, by the way, Chase.
First, not Ben Crump. I mean, I don't know how that is figure out, but I mean,
well, I don't know if you're making Ben Crump type or not.
There are other people that do oversight over things too. You realize that, right? We don't need Ben Crump to do oversight over the Justice Department or whatever is going on down in the local police precincts or whatever that is. You realize that, right?
I understand that there can be.
This is John Kitover, Chicago mayoral candidate. Go to chicagomayorvote.com. You're listening to a debate about Nolan Wells. This is the President Trump House here at Clubhouse. Like this video, share this video, enjoy.
Done properly, and there isn't any biasness in the system and handle his case. And we know that there is biasness in this, so it makes sense that they will hire a civil law attorney, sir.
Right. And we're working in circles now because you're gonna hear this and then you're gonna say that, and they're gonna hear this, you're gonna hear this. This is this whole circle. This is a whole circle thing now.
Ben Crump, so he's there to ensure.
Here's the circle.
That what's he?
This is just circular.
No, it's not. It's not circular because now we know that all of a sudden Ben Crump is overseeing the investigation.
But why do you get mad when the national attention is given to Nolan Wells?
Wait, that is a false statement that you just made.
Of course it is. Of course, that's why I made it.
Now we know.
No, wait, so because what you're saying is that Ben Crump is there to ensure that one of you guys said that, to ensure that putting eyes on it as if that's going to impact. So Ben Crump must be overseeing the investigation.
I just stated that it applies pressure. It causes pressure to make them respond faster. That's all that is. It's just the pressure. If everyone is doing interviews on national TV and they're talking about this and this is getting worldwide, it applies pressure to the authorities. That's what it does.
So then why did I get pushback when I said that's what Ben Crump does? But when Ben Crump comes, when Ben Crump is around, he brings the media, he brings the agitators, he brings the threat of people losing their jobs when they start doing stuff. This is what what Al Sharpton did. This is what Jesse Jackson did.
Hey, Sean.
But all of a sudden, I was wrong when I said it, but now you guys are saying it, and all of a sudden it makes sense.
Question, Sean. Okay. Which one of the cases that Ben Crump was associated with actually didn't happen?
Can you explain what you mean by that? Which one of the cases
sure.
Yeah. Associated with didn't happen?
Which nationally known case that Ben Crump has been associated with, right? Of the cases that have gone national with Ben Crump. Because you say this is what he does. So you've seen what he does, right? Which one of those cases did it turn out that what he said happened didn't actually happen?
What does that mean? What did you say happened?
Do you not understand the English language?
Because
when did he allege that something didn't happen? When did he allege that something happened, right? He said, I think this is what happened. And it turned out that's absolutely not true. It did not happen. When did that occur?
Did I say anything like that? Why are you asking that question?
No, you did not say anything like that. I'm asking you if you could show something where that actually occurred.
I never said anything like that. So
I know you didn't say anything like that.
Sean.
So why are you asking me that question?
I know you didn't say that. I'm not asking you what you said. I'm asking you, can you cite an instance where he was wrong about what he alleged?
What? What? For what?
Do you not?
Why? What does that have to do with anything?
Can you answer that question first?
Why?
It's okay to say, and again, it's okay to say, I don't know.
What are you talking? Why? Like you're okay. Can you tell me what color my shoes are right now? The fuck does that have to do with anything?
I can't. I know.
You can't. Like what is that? But what does that have to do with anything?
What shoes are?
You asked me, can I think of or can I reference a point where Ben Crump alleged something that didn't happen, where he got caught lying or something like that?
No, it's just proven wrong.
No, I don't know. I could probably look, but no, I don't know.
Hey, look it up, bro.
No, I don't.
Look at.
You're probably not aware of the
Why?
Trayvon Martin cases or the Breonna cases associated with me.
G, why don't you just look it up yourself if you want to know?
I'm not aware of an instance like that.
Michael Brown, it looks like here. The grand jury declined to indict Wilson, so he failed at that one. I mean, I don't know. Is that what you're asking? You're asking for Ben Crump's failures? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Brown, Andrew Johnson, looks like. And like Trayvon Martin. Those are some really big, supposedly civil cases that should have been just like shut case and closed, man. But he completely, I guess, bombed that one. I don't.
Wait, he lost those civil cases?
Yeah,
he did. He came out with no verdict. Wait, the civil case.
The Michael Brown one looks like
he lost the civil case.
And then let's see, what's the other one here? Let's see, disputed. Yeah, this was not a successful Trump case. The Kendra Johnson one, he totally bombed that one. So I'm not entirely sure what your point is. Like, of course he's going to fail at certain things too. I mean, he doesn't have a good track record. Like, he doesn't have like a 100% track record. I don't know what you're asking.
He didn't lose with the Trayvon Martin case, though. I will say that.
Ben Crump is there for the money.
That was a huge one. That, you know, like.
Ben Crump is there for the money.
Oh, and by the way, G actually admitted that. He said that he's only there for the money. He's not there for the actual people that are being, charged or having misuse of their civil rights. I mean, G literally said that. I mean, like, I don't know why we're confused. I don't know where he went, but yeah.
It's just, and that's what I'm saying too. Like, we know when Ben Crump is around at this point, he's the new Jesse Jackson. He's the new Al Sharpton. Regardless on how people want to feel about it, that's what he is, 100%. And we know how they rock. They bring attention to these cases. If they do smell blood in the water, say, hey, we have a civil case here. They don't give a fuck about the actual criminal case. They don't care that Nolan Wells, why he died. They don't care about that. All they care about is just saying, hey, was there adequate supervision out there? No, because you had 17-year-olds and all that stuff drinking. So they're partly responsible. Pay money. That's what that is. But the pretext is to get the eyes on everything. This was a murder. It was racially motivated. You got a black kid with white kids and just all that shit, bro. And it sucks that it's come to this, right? Because it's now a racial issue, right? And you got people just upset about shit that's fake. A doctored audio call or a doctor, it's shit like that where it's just sad. But Ben Crump is definitely a grifter, 100%.
Yeah, I'm not saying like there shouldn't be lawyers, high-profile lawyers that shouldn't look for civil rights violations and what have you, but they have to be sincere what they're doing. I don't trust Ben Crump. That's just my personal opinion,
A lot of people don't trust him. We have a joke that Ben Crump is always at the scene of a crime before the crime actually happens. Like, he might actually be involved in some of this stuff. I don't know. And I'm not joking about Nolan Wells' death for anybody listening. We're just saying, all we say just in our group is that this guy for sure is a grifter, 100%.
Bima, are you there?
Yeah.
Bima. Or Beaver, can you bring up Totem Pole again? He's been trying to get back up. I know nobody wants that.
Big ups to G. G, you handled yourself smooth as motherfucking butter. Hey, I like the way he laid it all out for you boys, and I felt like it was me and him tag teaming and coming in and out on your booty holes. That's what I thought we were doing. Big ups to G.
Not the booty hole, Jesus.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ben.
Why you had to bring up the booty hole though? Like, what was that for?
Gross.
Well, G did say he was.
I knew that would be an irritant when I said it, so I said it intentionally. Ben Crump has won 779 million in verdicts for black families. And we need more Ben Crumps. We need another million lawyers that litigate in this fashion for civil rights, because the only justice we can ever get from the Anglo-Saxon in this system, in this white supremacist system, is money out of their pockets. So we need more.
God damn, I wish it was white supremacist. What the fuck are you talking about?
You know,
you
know, sir, wait a minute before you cuss him out. And you tell me what you think happened, by the way, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I can. Whatever you want.
God, we've been doing that for 4 hours. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, never mind. Don't do it. Don't.
Yeah. Well, they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear me being crumpet, because I get right to it. But G did a smooth, buttery job on it and laid it all out, where you guys sat there looking like dunce in your dunce caps, sitting there. I don't know. What do you mean? I can't understand. Just that and the third. Because G just twisted you around in circles. But the points are what they are. The facts are what they are. I like how he did a more reasonable, as I went straight to you, because I already know where he died at. He died on that boat. No, I don't have to deduce and break down anything. I believe that recording was correct, right and exact.
Amazing.
I believe the window of time that he died was 3:30 to 4:30. It was a 4-hour window, and I believe that boat floated around on that
Where are you getting all this
for
information
another
from?
4 to 5 hours.
You know what, y'all?
I've already laid it all out. I've laid it all out.
I don't know if he died on the boat. That might be a bit of a stretch. I don't really know that he died on the boat.
Well, I mean, whether you, you didn't hear the recording.
Well, maybe if he wasn't trying to look like an adult, but he was a responsible little boy that would have put his floaty things on his arms, he wouldn't have drowned. It's not like
here's G's philosophy.
You're reading into it too much.
Here's G's philosophy.
There it is.
There was a body transfer from boat to boat. That's how wild it's getting. So he overdosed on drugs. This is the butter.
There's a guy named Bart.
Yeah, some guy named Bart. Transferred the body. I mean, this is
there is a guy named Bart.
This is G buttering up, twisting us up.
Or a nickname Bart. They might have somebody's nickname might be Bart.
Totem pole. Totem pole. Do you believe in the body transfer theory that G proposed or no?
I've heard that theory. I've heard that theory given by a number of intelligent brothers. I've heard that.
Insane. Totally insane.
This is all you blacks keep on grasping it.
Okay, so he's murdered.
Carmelo Anthony. Then you guys are now doing it with this.
I didn't agree with
There's like zero.
I really didn't. I didn't go on the side for that one. Now the one where the sister killed the guy in the Walmart and shot him in his abdomen, I was with her on that. But the Carmelo one, I really didn't like that because of the school situation, because of the knife situation, and because of the fact that he invited him to more violence. I didn't like that, and so I really didn't stand with that particular case the way a lot of brothers and sisters did.
Hold tight, hold tight. Lady, you want, Peppy, you got back. Just let you know. Okay. Lady, you wanted to jump in, and nobody interrupt her. Go ahead, lady.
So, okay. I don't know if you guys agree that he was murdered. It doesn't matter, right? Because I don't know if you can agree on anything. But I want to ask a question. Why was his esophagus and esophagus removed or lungs removed? Why was that?
Good question. I actually don't know. Pepe, do you know any more about
what they were saying is that with the lungs, they had to in the esophagus. So whether or not you drowned, whether or not there was like a what is it? What are they fucking ligature that was used, like something to strangle somebody with. Whether it they can tell, for example, from looking inside your neck whether or not you were strangled, because your body has certain reactions and there's certain damages done to certain places. And I'm guessing it's there's certain things that will happen if you drown. So that it's just basically they have to. If you've ever, it's actually interesting if you've ever seen like an actual biopsy done. It's very common for them to remove body parts.
And what are the
implications? What I'm saying is that then they were missing. Missing.
No, missing. They're not missing.
The state has them. The state has them. But with the lungs,
ladies,
if it
not
has
done.
water in the
Not
lungs.
totem.
Oh, I'm
Not
sorry.
totem. Ladies, not done yet.
No,
That's
totem
what
can
we
go.
do.
Totem can go. Sorry.
I was giving her an answer. I was answering her. That's what I was doing. With the lungs, if there's water inside of the lungs, it shows that he didn't drown. Or if
But we haven't gotten that autopsy back yet.
He did drown. Excuse
But
me.
you don't know that because we haven't gotten the autopsy back yet.
I didn't say. I'm giving an example, Pedro, or whatever your name, Pele. Just chill out, man. Let me land my plane. If there's water inside of the lungs, that means that he drowned. If there's no water in his lungs, that means he was dead prior to being put in the water. I land.
But his body was in the water and found up washed on a beach. So
Okay, so it says during an independent autopsy of 18-year-old Nolan Wells, pathologist Robert Mitchell found that the body parts of the teen's neck, throat, and internal organs, including the lungs and stomach, were missing and not intact when the body arrived. These parts had been removed and retained during the initial state autopsy conducted in Mississippi by Mississippi authorities.
Yeah, the state
And
authorities
Mississippi never revealed.
They have custody. I believe it just for legal reasons. Since they are since it's in their jurisdiction and they're the ones responsible for doing the medical examination to determine the cause of death. They obviously have the
jurisdiction over the
they have control. Yeah, exactly. And so the independent autopsy I think was done on behalf of the family and that Ben Crump or whatever. But if I recall, the second autopsy didn't really find anything, in which I guess makes sense
because the body parts were not present. But the lungs will tell the whole story. And I guarantee you that's why they haven't released them. Go ahead.
I have a question for Pepe. So do you think that Black people are at fault for Black people dying? Do you think that the people that kill them are at fault for killing?
You just smuggled in something there by saying that people killed him. You don't know that he was killed.
And if I can say something really quick, lady.
I would just say this: you have people like here in Phoenix, in the summer, especially Labor Day weekend, you get thousands of people that will go to the Salt River and they'll go out in the lakes. That Memorial Day weekend, inevitably, there's usually a few people that drown. And this is just a river where there's literally thousands of people along the river and they're floating on inner tubes. Yet people still manage to drown with all those people around. I don't know what else to say when there's alcohol and there's water involved. Like, this shit is not quite as uncommon as you think. And for me to think that, there's foul play, there's zero evidence there was foul play. Like, why would you assume there was? Just like, to me, it just doesn't.
Because of what they did afterwards. So, like, the phone.
What did they do afterwards?
The phone processes, or deleting messages, or deleting things from their websites, or that stuff is like.
Can I say something about that though? Like, so a couple of things. With the throat missing and the lungs missing, we have to understand that this evidence has to be presented to a grand jury first, and the grand jury has to look over all of the evidence that the state has conducted on the autopsy, and the grand jury has to say, okay, there's evidence of a crime or there's not evidence of a crime. So it would be very out of the chain of custody, very out of policy, just completely out of left field to give all of this evidence to an independent autopsy before a grand jury has had a chance to give their ruling on the evidence, and then let that independent autopsy say whatever it says, and that information gets out into the media and blah, blah, blah. We know how that goes. So when people are like, the independent autopsy says that the throat was missing and the lungs were missing. Yeah, because the grand jury has not had a chance to review that evidence. Now, once the grand jury reviews that evidence and they come back with their findings, then we will know, about what was with the throat or the lungs and stuff like that. With the phone that you're mentioning, lady, my thing is this. If if this was a criminal case, barring, police negligence and all of that, why haven't the police subpoenaed the phone? They could have done that initially from the gate, from the jump, with the phone, everything that we say happened with the phone, the location, every pictures being deleted, all of that. Forensics can bring that back. The authorities haven't subpoenaed the phone. From what I know, as of last week, the parents still have the phone. They have, because the parents voluntarily turned it over, right? It still hasn't been subpoenaed because the phone at this case is not a particular item of importance to this investigation.
So you're mentioning that they have the phone, so why would they need to subpoena the phone?
The parents just turned it over, like right now.
Yeah, so they don't need to subpoena the phone if the phone.
But even still, don't you have to have it? Wouldn't you have to have like either evidence of a crime being committed or have like reasonable suspicion that you were involved in a crime for them to even be able to take your phone?
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. That if this was a criminal investigation from the jump, right? If they had any other suspicion other than, what they've been saying is a drowning, that phone would have been subpoenaed immediately, right? But it hasn't. It's literally been turned over voluntarily by the family. You go back and read what happened. They just literally said the Nolan Wells family, they're agreeing to turn over the phone. Like, they're just like, they've had it this whole time. They haven't been saying, here, take the phone. Hey, you guys, here's the phone. They've been telling us on the media, hey, it looks like stuff was deleted, yada, yada, yada. But they haven't turned it in. Now they're like, okay, you guys can have it. And they've had the phone for X amount of time. Now this is all speculation. Let me say that. I think that perhaps they've had this phone the entire time. Maybe they wanted to make sure things were curated. Maybe there were maybe there's personal things, family stuff in there that they wanted to make sure didn't get out. But they've had this phone the whole time, and they weren't particularly upfront or being proactive about turning it in. From what I remember, Ben Crump and the family were saying that they wanted a joint investigation on the phone, meaning Ben Crump wanted to be there while the police were conducting their investigation and forensics on the phone. And the investigators were like, no, fuck that. You're not part of this investigation. You're a civil rights attorney. You don't have anything to do with this.
Stuff like you were there. Like, what is...
No, this is facts. You can look this up. They didn't, with the phone, the Ben Crump and the family, they wanted a joint investigation on the forensics of the phone, which meant that Ben Crump and his people wanted to be there while the police were conducting their investigation. This is like, you can literally look this up. And the authorities were like, no, you're not part of this investigation. We're not going to share our tactics or what we're looking at with you. Like, no. So therefore, there's this thing of, why are the police taking the phone? Like, the police were never really interested in the phone, like, to begin with, because this doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like there's been a crime. Now, from what I've read, the reason why this is going before the grand jury is because they really don't have evidence of a crime. So before they come out on TV and officially say, this wasn't a crime, it was just, hey, XYZ happened, they put it before a grand jury to make sure they cross their T's and dot their I's. So now they've done their investigation. They've also put it before a grand jury, and now here are their findings.
But the thing that seems obvious to me is that, okay, apparently he stayed behind because of a girl. I'm sure they pointed out that girl already. And I'm sure the cops have probably talked to her. There's probably other witnesses because they probably asked, who else?
The cops didn't talk to her. She left the country.
She's out of the country?
Yes.
So now it's a conspiracy between whites that weren't even a part of the boat. Now it's just a random. I don't even know if the girl was white. First of all, she could have been black too. I don't know.
Yes, she was white. And you know what else is funny is that those boys knew her personally and the family.
So
she left the motherfucking country.
So there was there's a random white girl that this black guy was talking to. But let me finish my statement. Let me finish. So it should be very easy to get the timeline down. Like, did his friends leave on a fucking boat without him? That pretty much, if that's the case, that absolves the friends of having anything to do with his death.
So that's what happened first. The friends left him. You have video.
Shut up. Made a statement.
Who just called him a primate?
Baby. You know, I just find this shit hilarious. I mean, I think you guys deserve to live, like maybe to be put in a time machine and actually live under the KKK when the cops, the judges, every fucking witness on the street that would see them brutalize or lynch your black ass.
I'm not even
when that actually existed. You guys are trying to like manufacture this lynching of black people for no reason.
The reality of it is this.
Shut up. That's not racist, but you guys are literally trying to make it sound like you guys are getting lynched. That is so stupid.
So sit down.
You shut the fuck up and
I'm
you
not gonna
fucking
yell and
sit
scream with
down.
them because they keep throwing me down every time and I'm into the conversation. I've got other rooms I could be in. I don't have to be
Then
in
fuck
this
off,
room,
you
but I'm
fucking
into the
primate.
conversation.
We appreciate your dialogue, Total Paul. Just stop cutting people off.
You calling people apes when you got animal genes. Dumbass.
Are you talking about me?
Whoever's fucking being racist. You're calling people animals when your DNA
You really
has.
don't want to go down this route. You really don't want to go down this route because I will beat you on this conversation.
You're calling people animals when you have animal DNA.
Do you guys literally know that you have up to 20% of your DNA is literally
No, that's you, motherfucker. That's you.
That was like fucking ape. You guys are literally lesser evolved apes. Shut the fuck up. Genetically, that's proven.
You have rat DNA. You have all that shit, dumbass.
And now my thing is, I've got a reputation on the app where people are going to ask me questions on why I haven't checked you white motherfuckers. If I don't check you white
It's not
motherfuckers.
only about the
But
white
the point is, I was into this. I was into this conversation. Shut up, bitch. You hear me talking, you stupid bitch. Now, here's what I'm saying. I got a reputation around the app that I still got to uphold white motherfuckers, and I'm not gonna let you keep disrespecting me, bitch. Now, I want to finish the conversation in a respectful manner because I'm into the conversation. I don't really give a fuck about how you guys feel. So let's just keep our feelings to ourselves and finish the conversation. As far as I'm concerned, the girl left the goddamn country because she gave a statement already saying she seen him last at 3:30 and he got on that goddamn boat. And the people who are threatening to kill her are the white motherfuckers. That's who she ran from. She ain't ran from no niggas threatening her over the phone. She ran from them white motherfuckers that was gonna kill her ass for the statement that she made. And she got out of town because $300 million can put a lot of money on a lot of people's heads. I learned.
What do you fucking land with? It's like all I hear from the black community in America. It's like, many people think it's like, oh, you're an Iranian living in the fucking UK.
Who's the mod on here? Who's the top mod? Put that bitch out.
It's true.
Which is actually our life. You
Put the bitch out.
Let her
They work
finish.
for nothing.
Or you don't agree with her, but let her
About the
talk.
topic.
Graduated.
She's just talking about black people.
The other one is
Okay,
at
great.
Columbia. Do you understand? That is the Persian legacy. So if someone
You guys can just call her a dirty Muslim sand nigger, you guys can fight back.
No, I don't want to fight her. I'm like, what is
in
this?
this room? Because for
We
some
just
reason
gonna let her
people
get her
have
shit
like
off just for a little bit, man. I'm gonna move her
I'm
down.
a Persian.
We don't need to use that vocabulary.
Hey, bro.
Pussy.
You don't have to. You don't have
I
to
know
go
that's
for
your
that, bro.
favorite word,
Put that bitch
nigger.
out, bro.
American people. So I have a right.
Okay.
So
Back to the conversation, please.
the fact that people of color are being just mutilated by other people.
You can't
not
prove
of color.
that. You're smuggling an assumption.
I have another
You don't
video
know that
in the
anybody's
chat.
been mutilated.
I have another video in the chat where a young boy that was 14 decided not to buy some water, and he got shot in the back by some Chinese people.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
So that's not
When
nothing
you
wrong
did
with
have a
that.
gun, that's a little more complicated. You didn't just
The
brutalize
boy
him.
had a gun.
Yeah.
It is more complicated. He's right about that. Some of them I can't stand on because it gets complicated legally. The one that I can stand on is the sister shooting that white motherfucker in his stomach and killing him. That one was open as shit, and that's why they didn't do anything to her ass. And this one right here. This one right here is the real shit. That's why that girl is left the country. You know when she left the country? A month ago. She's been out for 4 weeks, right? So as soon as she gave that goddamn statement, she got a goddamn plane ticket and got the hell out of Dodge. And she wasn't running from no black people. She was running from her own people. And so, like I said, you know, this shit is murky and dirty as hell. And if you don't see that as a white person, then you really need to really address who you are. Because you're internally a racist.
Nobody in this room sees it. Nobody.
If you don't see that, then you have a bigger problem. Right? Because it wouldn't be the same way if it was flipped around. Because I guarantee you, if it was a white boy and it was flipped around and the whole scenario was flipped, we would have basically the person that would have committed that, if somebody hurt him, that would be the person in jail. I almost could guarantee that. If he died while doing drugs and getting high, which, you know, I think that's a far stretch. This guy was an athlete. He wasn't sniffing cocaine and getting high like that. I know that's bullshit. Because if that was the case, they would have just released the toxicology and said this motherfucker was high on drugs. They would have easily said that. But that's not what happened to this guy. This guy was an athlete. And he didn't die from drinking motherfucking Budweisers. That's bullshit. Somebody killed his ass. Right? And what really is going to be shown is he was killed on the boat, not in the water. And when that's shown, you know, I just feel sorry for white people. Sometimes you got to really examine yourselves. If 20 white people are culpable in this, when all it took was just a straight up call to the motherfucking police or whoever the fuck the authorities are, and just let it lay out the way it laid out. You mean my grandfather, my mother, my stepdad, my friends, all these people are wrapped up in this shit. And this is the reason why Mississippi is trying to give them some time, because Mississippi don't want to convict that judge. I know they don't want to do that. And I know they don't want that damn grandfather who's worth $300 million. They don't want to get him, but granddad's in it, grandmom's in it, aunts in it, uncles is in it. People are in this shit. And it's going to be about 20 motherfuckers if they were to acquit, or accuse and indict or whatever the fuck you do, that would go down. It would be about, and that's why I don't think they're going to prosecute this. I think what's going to happen is they're going to get some money civilly. And that's going to be the only justice that they are able to do.
Well, I'm just curious. What do you think their motive would be for wanting Black Boy?
I don't think they wanted to kill him. I think what they do and what white people do is what they do well. They stick to fucking together. And that's what y'all are doing. You sitting here on this app doing it, and they sitting out in Mississippi doing it. And they're sticking together on some shit that was something that was really, really
as much simple. As I wish that was true, I just don't think that's the case.
That's what it is. And that's tough.
And what did black people do, Totem Pole?
Fortunately, black people don't do that. Black people don't do that. What we would have done is if it was somebody horseplaying and killed the white boy, that person would have been in jail, right? And they would have cleared it up, and that person would have been in jail, probably along with the other
No. I mean,
8-7 that were on the damn boat.
I'm talking about the black community on this app. Are they more for Nolan Wells or not for Nolan Wells?
Well, we're all for him. Everybody.
The black community is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
it's a few, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm not talking about.
You said white people are all in code.
But this is clearly wrong. You're going against your own common sense.
Wait, what's clearly wrong?
It's clearly wrong. You get a recording where you hear voices, even if you couldn't even make it out.
What is wrong? Sorry.
You get. I'm sorry. Let me slow down and speak a little slower. There's clearly something that went wrong on that boat, and that boy shouldn't have been tossed into the water. Whether he was murdered,
He should have
or it
never
was an accidental
been
death.
abandoned. No, he wasn't murdered. He should have never been abandoned.
Okay, well, you can say it any way you want, but we see what it is. And the thing about it is, we're not in the 60s. And what's going to end up happening is, I drive this country. I've been in every state in the United States of America, and mostly every city. I'm a truck driver. I'm from Anchorage, Alaska, and I've been to Maui at least twice.
Oh yeah, did you grow up in Anchorage?
Yes, I did until the 6th grade.
Like roughly, how old are you?
I'm 52 years old.
Oh, okay. I used to live in Anchorage.
Yeah, I went to Lake Otis Elementary School, right next to Windler Junior High School. You know where that's at?
No,
okay,
not
that's
quite.
where that's where I grew up. All right. So the point of what I'm trying to say to you is this: white people everywhere, you've really got to take account, because this is a beautiful country. We've got it set up in a way where everybody should live peacefully. But the reality of it is, you're going to force a situation, and that's why everybody's arming up, everybody's getting weapons now, because it's going to end up being a serious situation, and it's going to be a civil situation. And will it end with? It's going to be bloody, but at the end of it all, we're going to have to pay a recompense, and that's when you're going to want to pay.
Well, I'm willing to bet it won't happen in Alaska.
Or Vermont, or Maine.
But I think it's going to happen because you guys are pushing it. You're pushing it. You're pushing it, and it's only so many of our children that you're going to be able to kill before we start taking
but
your.
It's not the right way.
North Dakota,
to approach
South
things,
Dakota,
really.
Iowa.
As a black person, I mean, it's like,
believe it or not, they have
you
quite.
keep, like, threatening the world with.
Believe it or not, they have quite a few black people
for 1 second,
in Anchorage.
Because, we used to our Kurds, and to be honest, the Persian Kurds are like the nicest Kurds of all, and the only Kurds that come around and like threatening, which I was telling my people like the other day, with the need for sovereignty.
I'm about to leave. You guys aren't running.
Our Kurds is the Turkish Kurds, is the Iraqi Kurds, because the thing is like, you provide a good habitat for them. They're not stupid. But in the meantime, you have all these idiots who are not happy, and they want to go fuel fire into fire. But all you have to do is say, okay, well, like, just speak to me in Farsi, because obviously
those Kurds are a bunch of apes. Yeah, totally.
Or you're apes.
Shut up, you dumb bitch.
You're fucking dumb bits. To be honest, someone like Pepe, I understand. I'd rather savor someone like Pepe and upgrade him in the sense than rather be like, oh, I know better, and it's like I'm like a loser, but I'm gonna like manipulate behind the scenes, and I'm gonna like, make like an Iranian look like stupid behind the scenes. I'm gonna make like some stupid like leftist look stupid. It's like, you don't even fucking know what you're doing, and in the meantime, you're fucking everything else up. But if we can be honest with each other,
yes,
it's like, listen, you fucking motherfucking cunt.
I try to be honest with you, and you curse me off.
You fucking cunt.
This is what happens when you try to be honest with hot chicks.
It's a white man's country.
No, it's not. It's originally black country. It's ours, you dumb bitch.
Iran.
No, it's originally white.
No, it wasn't. Learn your history. Learn your fucking history, you dumb motherfuckers.
Get my boot off your neck.
Learn your fucking history.
Get my boot off your neck. Try harder.
I'll slap the bitch shit out of you.
Now you're all wondering what chicks from the Middle East are like.
You motherfuckers. It's like I said to a Kurdish person the other day, it's like, our Kurds are like the American fucking blacks. Entitled
Shut up,
and
bitch.
absolutely fucking useless.
Yeah, we know a lot about
That's the
useless.
thing. And you know what? You're never
Shut
gonna
up.
have your sovereignty. You're never gonna have your land. And the thing is, as Persians, we actually managed to convince that whatever they're part of,
Shut the fuck up.
that
Like,
no,
you
you fucking
said enough.
motherfucking cunt.
You
Whoever the
Shut
fuck
up, dumb
are the
bitch.
separatist
Somebody
cunts
cracked the
that-
whip, this Negro.
You know what? The Kurdish
Crap the whip on your bitch, you
love
dumb
that
little dick
you will
motherfucker.
not ever meet
right,
a
guys.
Persian Kurdish who vouches to be
All
a
right.
separatist.
Imagine dealing with this
And
for
you know
years.
what? That's
For
like
years.
that.
Move on.
Well, all right, everybody calm down. The natives are getting restless, right, Timothy?
What'd you say?
Oh wow, man, I'm
No,
traumatized.
he's a
Getting restless around here.
Yeah, man. Getting
get Clyde to crack the whip.
So have we nailed the Nolan Wells topic? We came to a conclusion.
Yeah, we.
Yeah.
This is
Go
fucking-
shave your dog here.
What is this guy talking?
Shave your mom's nappy pussy hair.
You half rat, half dog, motherfucker.
You have fucking baboon.
You mad because you half animal. That's why y'all call us animals, because you're the animal.
You prize our animal women though, don't you? Who's got the lens?
You half animal, half rat, half fucking beer.
Right? Timothy, are you the only mod here? I don't even know who's left right now.
I like cats.
Bima?
Beamer and Beaver's here, but I don't know if they're actually here. You know what I mean?
Right. I think I'm gonna restart this whole stuff.
No.
You know how many-
Okay, so Beaver.
You know how many-
Beaver.
Oh, here we go. We got Batshit.
Beaver's here. Beaver's here. I know Jay. He said he's still banned from the room, man. He been
Yeah,
trying
there's
to
a
get
bunch
in.
of people, and there's a bunch of beans you missed earlier. We gave out a bunch of beans to a bunch of random people.
You guys need to come up
Yeah,
with a
I don't
different
know where-
topic.
I don't know where they went.
The sun is gonna kill you.
Bean, what are you talking about?
The sun is gonna kill you.
No, the sun's gonna give me a nice fucking tan. What is it gonna do besides make it look like you just got done jumping through a fucking chimney?
Beware, the sun's gonna kill you eventually.
What you say, man? I ain't hear you, bro.
Oh no, there's a bunch of beans that are outstanding. We threw them all over the place. A bunch of random people have them, so they probably are out there. They can come back anytime and like boom the room and kick people if they wanted to.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's what
I like cats.
We don't care that you like cats. So maybe I'll boom it and just restart this whole thing.
Do another topic though. These topics are getting gay.
Oh, this one's all destroyed. Yeah, this one's all over with. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Boom the room, brother.
Well, black people are going to join the next room and make it about themselves anyway, so.
He wants a tan because he really wants to be black.
That's funny, because I've never seen a white person with a tan that looks black. Never happens.
You want to be black, that's why you get a tan.
Don't say that.
Fuck it, man. Y'all wanna go crash? Y'all wanna go out crashing out, man? Go ahead, man. Everybody
why
come to
do
the
your-
stage and crash the fuck out.
So, R double, why do your women wear hair extensions to make their hair look straight?
You want to be black?
Why do your bitches bleach their skin and get nose jobs to look like fucking white women?
Go in the sun and burn like a hot dog.
Why do white people get pants to look black?
That's not true.
No women want to look black. In fact, even you ladies don't want to look black. What the fuck are you
Well,
talking
that's
about?
not all American black women, so you can't say us ladies.
I love Jazzy.
Well, that is true. That is the African ladies.
You go get tans because you hate your own white skin.
God gave us skin that can be tanned and we can still look beautiful, unlike you people.
You have to add color to it to be beautiful,
We're
huh?
not even supposed to be like fighting each other. We're supposed to be understanding each other. And
No,
what
he
I
came in. He
understand,
wanted some.
No,
RW
what
wanted
I
some,
don't-
so he's
what-
getting some.
Pepe, what I understand is that America, Israel, and Iran. That's the only thing I see.
Right? Fuck Israel.
No,
Israel.
no, you cannot not afford to fucking Israel.
No, fuck, they can
So
suck my fucking
no,
dick.
shut the
You
fuck
vote for
up.
Trump, but
Because
he's
then
with
you don't
Israel.
fucking
How
know what
dumb
the
is
fuck
that?
you're doing. You haven't matured. You haven't learned. You're not like.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I need to worship the Jews. That's right. I forgot. Yeah, I gotta worship. Jesus is the Jew. Oh my God, I gotta worship Jews in Israel.
Yeah, black people are the real
And
Jews.
then
Those
I
are
will not
fakes.
stand up.
You're a low IQ retard, bro.
No, you're a low IQ.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, take a DNA
what
test.
the fuck?
Go get a 10.
You
Take a
see
DNA test.
whatever you're up against. You even up against your fucking own, like Beaver, like
fucking
promoted
own,
by
like
the
Beaver.
retards, like Peter.
My stance is clear. Fuck the Muslims and fuck Israel. It's really, it's just that simple.
You know what, Pepe? The thing is, if you and I fucked, you would get a whole lot more out of understanding of how the Middle East works. But we don't have that opportunity. So for now, you have to take my word.
I just wanted to get them out of the fucking country. That's all I
No,
want.
Pepe, I proved that to you, no? So I think you should just take my word for something valuable. Because otherwise you're just up against your own fucking people. And they're not doing you any favors. And
No, I think white people are getting kind of. No, I think white Americans are getting pretty tired of Israel too. It's just it's inevitable.
Yeah, I don't. No.
All right. I will catch you guys later.
What's that? 22. You want to read it together?
Nope.
Okay.
22 verse 10. Jesus. I'm saying you shall not plow an oxen together with a donkey.
No, hold on. Then let me look it up. Give me 1 second. I'll get it for you. Maybe I made a mistake. Is 21:10. I apologize. 21:10.
Okay.
It starts with when you go to war.
Yes. Okay.
Anyway, thank you, Sam. Yeah, if you want to stay or go, whatever you want. And I'm probably going to go soon, and I'll check out the other rooms, and I'll come back here later.
Yeah, like if you right, go to Andrew's rooms. Yeah, I mean, who knows? They might try their hardest to like pretend to ignore us, or they won't be able to resist. If you go in there, or I go in there right now, like if they can't resist the entire whatever they're talking about, it's gonna grind to a halt, and like I said,
can't go in, though. That's the thing.
all they were talking about today.
Yeah, I can't go in. Maybe you can go, and maybe try it.
Oh my god. So I could go in. I almost don't want to give them like the satisfaction.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I was gonna go in after like half an hour. But then I thought about like, bro, I'm just not gonna give them the satisfaction. I can hear the replay. And like I said, for the most part, only the first 45 minutes maybe is gonna be.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be. I'm predicting it's gonna 90% exclusively talking about this.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Thank you, bro. Yeah, we'll see. What did you say, Priest?
Did you read verse 14 of that verse?
Did I what?
Read verse 14.
14, 21, 14? Okay, hold on. 22, 13, 22. Okay, hold on. We'll get to that in a second. Let me just read the 21:10. I'll get to 14. Okay, here we go. When you go to war against your enemies, and the Lord your God delivers them into your hands, and you take captives, right? If you notice among the captives a beautiful woman and are attracted to her, you may take her as your wife. Bring her into your home and have her shave her head, trim her nails, and put aside the clothes she was wearing when captured. After she has lived in your house and mourned her father and mother for a full month, then you may go to her and be her husband, and she shall be your wife. Now here's the 14. So first of all, just so you understand the context, right? We're talking about like captivity, kidnapping, murder, wartime. Now we get to 21:14. It says, if you are not pleased with her, let her go wherever she wishes. You must not sell her or treat her as a slave, since you have dishonored her. But it only says, if you are not pleased with her, let her go wherever she wishes. So what happens if you are pleased with her? You don't have to let her go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the point. Andrew also tried to be like, oh, it says like you let her go and you don't sell her as a slave. Like, that's only if you're not pleased with her. And first of all, it's not even impressive. If you're not pleased with her, why the fuck wouldn't you want to let her go? You don't want to keep her there if you don't find her hot anymore. So yeah, the whole thing is like he's trying to like get brownie points after you murdered her family and kidnapped her and raped her, and then you're like, oh, he's letting her go now.
Let's be clear. This is the conquest. We're talking about the conquest. It's wartime.
I understand.
So I'm not going to make excuses.
She's a non-combatant.
Yeah. See, these are like modern terms of war.
Yes.
You understand? Like normally, prisoners of war in our modern day, prisoners of war, you put them in prison. That's where they stay.
Not non-combatants.
No, prisoners of war typically like prisoners of war.
Civilians are not prisoners of war.
Wait. In our modern day, prisoners of war.
No, yeah, right. They are prisoners.
You take prisoners of war in prisons, right?
After you kill a whole army, fucking the rest of the townspeople or whatever. Basically, yeah, are your prisoners of war / your slaves. and it's saying, bro, if you had to like one of these slave girls,
I know. I read the verse.
you can make her your wife and do whatever you want, bro.
I read the verse. Okay, bro. Now, prisoners of war.
But hold on, Praise.
Like
Hold on.
in our modern
I'm gonna hear you out, but here's what I'm trying to understand from you before we can